bitch ass police officer talking about some, oh yeah, you remember me? I caught you on that high speed. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, bro.
Yo, I'm not want to waste time, so we're gonna get straight into it. Today, about to be reacting to the YBN Kenny story. Now, if you from Milwaukee, then you know who the fuck YBN Kenny is. If you're not from Milwaukee, let me enlighten you. Real gritter, real pioche nigga. You feel me? No, I grew up on YBN Kenny. Then that nigga disappeared. Then he popped out in a wheelchair. So I'm curious to see what happened. I'm sure they got what happened in the video. So
It's a good city though. Like it's a lot of hatred. The only thing I can remember when I opened the car doors, flashing, I instantly dropped like my everything blinked, boom. Like, hey, nice niggas, I ain't wanna.
time out. 10 seconds in, I guess he got shot. I ain't know that shit. I don't be touching that.
Welcome back to another episode of True Street TV, where we cover everything street related.
I love this nigga channel too, bro. He be making videos on like a lot of good
Today's story brings us back to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, a very unique city with its own culture and sound, with talented rappers coming from each side of the city. And that brings us to the man we're here to talk about today, 33-year-old Kenny Winters, or better known by his rap name, YBN Kenny. Kenny was born on the city's east side, but he moved to the west side around 13 years old. He would grow up listening to Boosie and began rapping around 2010. He wasn't taking it serious at the time.
That nigga had the city hot, bro. I don't give a
at the top of 2000.
But that nigga had the city hot. I think I was in middle school when that nigga started popping, bro. You talking about, I don't need no house, I mean, feel me, all that good shit, bro.
Would have him on house arrest for some time this year. Kenny would use this time to begin tattooing and would eventually open his own tattoo shop years later. Around 2015, the Blessed Team were the hottest rappers in Milwaukee at the time, making a buzz off their music, describing life as a hustler coming up in Milwaukee.
Walking around looking like somebody big, homie. With a plug, I got the money for a brick, homie.
Kenny will begin rapping as well, and
I could have sworn them niggas got locked up
at the end of the year. One being called Fucking With Me, released on December 6th.
Ass bitch, you ain't fucking with me. See me up them G's, now you wanna fuck with me.
And 4 days later, releasing Situations featuring Lil Trey.
I said, God, why he put me in these situations? Lil Trey, you been through hell, shit, I know I had it.
See, this is too far back for me, nigga. I was in middle school when this shit came out. So I don't know what this is where I heard this nigga at.
Flux of artists dropping music, including rappers like Chicken P, Guapo,
Dapper,
and
my
more,
baby,
including YBN Kenny.
Baby, wanna ride with a dumper?
try to come home with your friends, fuck it, they could get dumped on. No bullshit.
Kenny was outside of his mother's house when he was approached by a man pointing a gun at him, attempting to rob him. The man would end up shooting Kenny and running off. To my knowledge, he was never caught by police, and Kenny would spend some time in the hospital before recovering. And getting back to it, as he was now a rapper on top of being a tattoo artist for the past 5 years, Kenny would go on to collab with Fred Gang on a song called Busted Open, released on May 31st, 2016. This song has over 100,000 views.
Yeah, I ain't heard this song, cause I ain't gonna lie.
And a few weeks later, on June 4th, Kenny would release a vlog called Road to Recovery, where he showed his release from the hospital.
Fuck nigga tried to take me out, man. Some broke pussy ass shit. Some whole other shit, nigga.
See, you know it's fucked up, bro. I didn't even know he got shot more than one time on a different occasion. Like Chicken, I knew Chicken got shot. I think he got shot multiple times, cause yeah, he had dropped that one song. I forgot the name of it.
Niggas envy me, my nigga.
10 days after this, Kenny would feature on a huge song that went crazy in the city around this time called No Hook, alongside rappers Money Mont, Moochie, and D-Nice. On September 7th, Kenny would release a song called Still Breathing, where he spoke on the shooting situation and how he's happy to still be alive.
But this is crazy. I didn't even know he got shot. I know I said this like 5 times, but when the fuck this shit happened?
Situation Part 3 around this time as well.
Slap, they ain't out here trying to learn. Nope.
So all my young niggas out there moving fast, man. Make sure you pay attention.
And about a month later, in October, Kenny would feature on another big song in the city. This one being titled New Milwaukee, featuring 17 of the city's artists, including other well-known rappers like Guapo Chapo, Looney Baby, and
Nigga, that song was long as a bitch.
My nigga with the bill. What I made in a day, I could have bought a fin.
Kenny would...
Bro, who doing it like these niggas? These niggas slap 17 niggas on one song. You know how many niggas that is? So let me break it down for y'all for motherfuckers that don't make music. You What a typical song, you want a hot 16 bars in a hook. How the fuck is they gonna have more people than bars? You get what I'm saying? That shit crazy. I gotta go listen to that shit again.
Buzz going
17 niggas
off with a song titled "Not a Ball"
on one beat.
Over 250.
17 niggas on one beat. Fucking wild, bro.
Views. At this point, Milwaukee music began going crazy, and Kenny is one of the pioneers, as he was doing good numbers back then when Milwaukee music really became popular in the city.
This game, you're not ready for it.
Sneak this and Where Was Y'all At before featuring on his biggest song to date, titled All Stars, along with Chicken P, the MT Twins, and the Maury Boys. This is one of the biggest songs in the city in 2017 and sits at around 1.8 million views.
Baby, I'm around the bench. We got these weak ass rappers out here looking sick.
Right after this, on May 23rd, Kenny released Dreams. This has over 400,000 views and made Kenny one of the hottest rappers in Milwaukee in 2017.
Milwaukee, home of the Bucks, break a bitch back, slap on the bud, break a flag, everything. You know, I'm too turned right now. It's too early in the morning. It's 7 in the morning.
Also lose his life sometime this year, and this would heavily affect him going forward. And by the end of the year, Kenny got his own tattoo shop in December. He would start off 2019 releasing a part 2 to Dreams.
I remember that. I heard that nigga be whacking on them motherfuckers too. I ain't go there.
And shortly after this, Kenny would appear on DJ Jerry to do an interview.
But shit, like, you just dropped that Dreams Part 2, man. Like, what made you want to do another one? Because the first one went super crazy, and this shit went crazy, bro. Like,
yeah, because I like everybody.
Hey, DJ Jerry smooth as a bitch. I got this one song with him. Me and my nigga Keon and this one fuck nigga. I ain't gonna say his name, but that nigga DJ Jerry smooth as hell, bro. Milwaukee DJ Academics.
That's like the most love song.
Kenny would continue dropping music for the next few years and would stay consistent with his tattoo business. Towards the end of 2019, Kenny would get arrested for possession with intent to sell weed with the use of a dangerous weapon modifier. He would quickly post a $2,000 bond and be released. And while on bond for this case, Kenny would make a huge mistake, as on February 13, 2020, Kenny would be arrested by Milwaukee police for a high speed, being charged with second-degree reckless endangering safety, fleeing and eluding, as well as bail jumping, and a concealed carry charge. Kenny would quickly post a $2,500 cash bond and be right back out, now fighting prison time from these two cases. The next year, on January 22nd, 2021, Kenny would be sentenced to a year in jail, along with 3 years of probation and a 5-year...
When the fuck did that happen? Because I feel like I would have read about that somewhere on Instagram, like on anything, on Facebook, something. Or this one nigga, my nigga Dre, Leandre. He would have said something. That nigga be so tapped into this
prison sentence. If he were to mess up, Kenny now had to play it safe and stay out of the streets, turning himself into jail around 2 months later to serve his time. He was also granted Huber as part of his jail stay. Huber is a program in Wisconsin where someone who has a job can leave jail, go to work, and return back to jail. Similar to what NBA player Contavious Caldwell Pope had to do, as he famously played in NBA games and returned to jail after the game was over. Kenny owned his own tattoo shop, so he spent the year in the county jail and tattooing at his shop in the hours allowed. Sadly, things would take a very bad turn for Kenny at the end of this year, as on November 27, 2021, he was at his shop working and went out to his car to get some M&Ms. He would state as he began to walk out, he noticed a suspicious vehicle parked a few spots ahead of his car. He would glance at the car but didn't think much of it. As he exited the shop and jumped in his car, someone emerged from the other vehicle and began shooting at Kenny. Sadly, Kenny was struck 6 times and an ambulance was quickly called.
And it's crazy because I seen this shit before it even happened, because I'm looking, I'm like, it's a suspicious ass car in front of my car, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I ain't think nothing of it. Oh shit, I opened the door.
I hate to interrupt you, brother, but how you think nothing of it and you thought to open your door? Or you thought they were suspicious? How you think something of it and you thought that was suspicious? Hey, you know what I'm saying?
And I just see that door, whatever car was in front of it, slam open, like wide open, and just get to all I see was like flashes, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I hit the ground instantly, you know what I'm saying? So it was like I blacked out for a couple seconds, like, you know how like when you're in a dream and shit, like you feel like, all right, damn, let me wake up because this shit ain't too good. You know what I'm saying?
While on the scene, the police officer who arrested Kenny for the high speed was present, and Kenny would say he brought that up as he was on his way to the hospital.
I remember, too, when I was getting on the back of the ambulance and shit, the bitch-ass police officer talking about some, oh, yeah, you remember me? I caught you on that high speed. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, bro, I'm on the back of the ambulance, damn near. You don't even know if I'm finna die or not, bro.
Thankfully, Kenny survived the
That's
6
fucked up,
shots, but sadly a bullet
legit
hit his
fucked
spine,
up,
and
bro.
Kenny was now paralyzed and not able to walk on his own.
Hit 5 times, and one of the bullets, when I fell to the floor, like it grazed. It ain't grazed, well, it like penetrated the bottom of my spine, so that caused me to be like paraplegic. Like I ain't all the way paralyzed. I'm blessed for that. I'm incomplete, not complete. Cause it's like when you complete, like you have no movement or sensation in your leg.
Hey, bro, you lost your legs, but you got your life. You have nothing but God to thank for that. You know what I'm saying? You truly blessed. Definitely could have went a whole different way. You know what I'm saying? That's how I see it, bro.
I'm blessed that you know what I'm saying, I can move my legs.
That's what I'm
and shit,
saying.
but
See?
you know what I'm saying? One of the bullets hit the bottom of my spine and caused that. So
This is obviously a huge life changer, and Kenny's recovery was especially hard as he was still in custody of the state as an inmate. The state
Still
was
getting
also
hoes.
alleging that
On
Kenny was
with it.
shooting
What you
back at
talking
the man, and as a felon, he wasn't supposed to have a firearm.
say I went in defense mode. I shot like survival tip, like, you know what I'm saying? So I had to do what I had to do, you know what I'm saying?
Kenny will get charged with
Hold on,
possession.
bro. Let me see
He
that
wasn't supposed
card
to have a
again, bro.
firearm. The state will
Not the bitch.
also alleging that Kenny was
Damn. That's a thumbnail right there. That's crazy.
back at the man, and as a felon, he wasn't supposed to have a firearm.
So I went in defense mode. I shot like survival tip, like, you know what I'm saying? So I had to do what I had to do, you know what I'm saying?
Kenny will get charged with possession of a firearm by
I know
a
what you're
felon
saying,
and
bro.
will now have to fight the new case while wheelchair bound, on top of fighting years in prison for revocation. Eventually, Kenny would take the gun case to trial where he was found not guilty by a jury. He would also get released from jail as they weren't able to accommodate him as he was recovering. Today, Kenny is still rapping and doing tattoos. He also plays GTA RP with Chicken P and streams as they're still friends and recently released a music video together.
I got tricks in my cup. Big booty freak, yeah, she finna let me fuck.
He
Yeah.
also released a song
I saw
speaking on the incident called The
the
Pain.
thing to that.
Woke up, ripping IVs on my arm. Hey, nice niggas, I ain't wanna see me ball.
And has done several positive interviews where he seems to keep his head high and just being happy to be alive as every day isn't promised.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm just most thankful to be still alive for real,
There we
you know?
go.
Like,
There
no
we go.
bullets, like just life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's first and foremost. Like, that's the only thing I'm thankful for going into this next year.
Nothing but respect to Kenny, and I hope nothing but the best for him. And he's nice with the tattoos, so go follow him on Instagram and book an appointment. If you enjoy this kind of content, hit that like, subscribe.
Hey, that's that. Y'all see bro, this nigga had a crazy life story, cause as y'all can see, one of the pioneers to this Milwaukee rapping shit, you know what I'm saying? Real gritter shit. I don't think he was a gritter. He was more P than gritter. I don't know what he did on this spare time to get the money. That's not my business. I ain't watching that nigga pockets. I got my own pockets to worry about, you feel me? But this ain't about that. Let me catch you niggas in the next one.